All right. Welcome everyone to Sarah the Rainbow Hearted Witch. Today, well, this week, I should say, I have a very special guest, my dear friend, Caitlin, who I used to call Mary. Mary Kate.
Mhm.
But she goes by Caitlin, and we have been friends for the last 20 years. We actually started our Reiki journal, sorry, we started our spiritual journey together with Reiki. And Kate here just reminded me that I attuned her from afar with the Reiki master symbols, and I totally like space that. She is a tarot reader, a licensed massage therapist, and just all around amazing witchy mama. And her children are super magical, and I'm super excited for her and her son to start their witchy business. But today we're just gonna have like a fun chit chat. So, Kate, what would you like to talk about today?
Okay. I was thinking about where it all began. I was thinking about when I first started Reiki,
Hmm.
um, and energy healing, and that just it goes way back to my early 20s when I realized that I could feel energy physically with my hands, and I started tuning into that, and I realized that I had something going on. And I didn't know about Reiki. I'd never heard of Reiki, but was doing energy healing. And and then I heard about Reiki, and I prayed for something to come my way so I could learn Reiki. And then I saw a free Reiki class slash Reiki slash parenting class. So I called that lady and got signed up, and that was kind of the beginning for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then we took Reiki. You had a different Reiki 1 teacher, and then we
right.
took Reiki 2 with Diane together.
Yes, we
And then
did.
we tried taking Reiki 3 with
Yeah,
Allie, which
yeah.
I did a whole video about her.
Did you?
I did. You haven't
Oh,
seen
I
that one?
missed it.
Oh, boy.
Oh, Sarah.
Yes, it was kind
Wow.
of like warning signs, things to watch out for
Right.
with teachers, and she was definitely a big red
Yeah. And
flag.
that reminds me about the dream I had about her when we were working with her, that she had like read my diary, and it was involving you, but I felt like she was in the dream manipulating me, and
Because she
like
was in real life.
and she was like lying and sneaky. Like I had that dream, and it's weird
It was
because
your it was
yeah.
your guides telling you because
Oh
she
yeah.
was manipulating you. So this woman, this spiritual teacher who we took, we were trying to get Reiki 3. We took signed up
Yeah.
for that, and it ended up having nothing to do with Reiki. It was that's how I learned tarot, and then she was teaching us about Crowley and magic, and we hardly did any Reiki. And
Yeah.
she literally came between Cait and I and almost tore us apart, but luckily it
Yeah.
didn't it didn't matter. Like our friendship is too deep, and we're definitely like soul sisters. And back
Yeah.
before she moved out to California and I moved here, we tried to start a business. What was our business name? I forgot.
Oh, the Gemini twins.
Yes,
Is
that's
that
right.
it?
That's right. Because we're both
Yeah.
Geminis. So
Mm-hmm.
we were gonna be the Gemini twins, and I mean, I love working with this woman. Like, seriously, when we would do Reiki together, it was just
It was
like
magical.
it was so
Oh God,
magical.
Sarah.
And it was crazy because I know our Reiki 2 teacher, because we took Reiki 2 together, did not like the way we work because we work off the body. We
Right, right.
hands-on. And
Yeah.
she was very like strict and by the book, and she wanted it hands-on because she did um Reiki in the hospitals
Right.
with oncology patients. So she was like, you don't be woo-woo, no woo-woo, because if you work out
Right.
the body, it's too woo-woo and you're gonna
Yeah.
scare people. That's what she told us. So she did not like, she, I, you know, I tried taking Reiki 3 with her, but
Mhm.
she didn't like, I
Yeah,
don't, she just didn't like, we were too witchy. We are too witchy.
right, right. I didn't necessarily vibe with her. She wasn't bad or anything,
No.
but yeah, we had different styles,
Yeah.
and yeah, she taught the hand placements, which are it's good to know.
It's the basics. It's the
Hmm.
basics, and it is good to know that. But Kate and I work even from the beginning very intuitively and
Hmm.
off the body.
Yeah.
And we,
Um,
it was cool with Allie. We got to learn how to work. We get to learn how to work with the crystals
yeah.
and add that
Allie
on.
had a lot of knowledge, and she definitely um, had a lot of what would I say? Psychic abilities.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she did. It was just unfortunate that she felt that she had to be so manipulative because
Yeah.
she was truly talented and she could have been great. She could have been
Yeah.
it was just
Such like
sad
an
that
abuse of power.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
hear that you and your son are developing a tarot deck?
Yes, we just started that. We're super excited about it. Um, the style is going to be a collage.
Okay. So like
Oh,
each card will be a collage of different images.
mhm. Yeah.
So are you doing this? Are you doing it like what's your process for creating the
We're just in the beginning phase. Like we just brainstormed it and we're yeah, very beginning. So,
Are you guys going to sell it on Etsy or do you know yet?
um I'm not sure yet. We'll find a way to print it and sell it. Yeah, Etsy's super cool. They do all the handmade things. I'd love to sell it on Etsy when we get it done. I imagine it'll take us a couple years to, complete it and everything, but
Yeah, especially since you're just sitting down and doing the kind of brainstorming right now. It's gonna take
yep,
some work.
yep.
So Leo works with the tarot too?
Yeah, we've been and I've gotten him a few decks and we've been working together. Um excuse me. It's really interesting working with my son and he'll be 16 in a couple weeks and he's just so like you said magical
He's very
and
magical.
just incredible. So it's really fun, like being on this witchy journey with my child, who's like, we used to do fairy ceremonies when he was little, and that he's really like taken to it, to
Mhm.
see these things like these seeds I planted when he was a young child, like really come to fruition. And, well, we've been doing a lot of spells together and, um, we're doing spells made to order if anyone wants a protection spell or a prosperity spell, things like that. And but yeah, he's I'm teaching him about the tarot, but also we're working with our guides, and he sometimes I hear my guides and I have a sense of what's being communicated to me, but he can like see them and hear them like clearly, so it's
Yes.
really fun having that extra like, oh, you know our goddess said this or
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, Leo is such an amazing artist as well. Like Leo could probably,
phenomenal. Yeah,
yes, Leo's artwork is
it's just brilliant.
it is. It's really amazing. I would love to see Leo design his own tarot deck, like do the paintings and drawings, and
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be beautiful. Like I mean, if you guys get an Etsy store, definitely let me know because I'll be the first to buy
Oh, for sure, for sure.
the deck.
No, definitely. You're his godmother. You'll be the first to know.
Yes, I hope so.
Yeah,
Even though I haven't seen Leo since what,
I know.
his fourth birthday?
That's so
Was it?
long.
Yeah, I think it was his fourth birthday, and then y'all left. You left me in
Yeah,
Vermont.
I know. So cold.
It is. So yeah, Leo is amazing, and I would love, Leo to feel comfortable enough to be on the show so we could
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about, his mediumship abilities because I know like
He's so shy and he's such an introvert, you know?
yeah. And I just thank you so much for doing this because I know so many of my friends are introverts and they didn't want to be I've asked a few people and they're like, "No, I don't want to be on camera." So I really appreciate you doing this, Cait.
Yeah, you're welcome. It's my pleasure. I'm excited. Happy to
Yeah.
be here. It's cool.
So, are you going to be doing massage therapy again? And
Yes, I will. Yep.
because I know you
Um,
have your own table, so do you go to people or do you have them come to you or how does that work?
yeah, both.
Both.
Both, yep.
Do you have your rates set yet or not yet?
Um, well, I just kind of work on I'll accept a minimum amount but sometimes it depends on if I'm traveling to them
Oh,
for
okay.
time and travel, gas. Um, but I try to work with people, so
Yeah.
it's, you know, I should probably have set rates, but even with the tarot, I like to be able to help people, like um if it's someone who really needs a reading, like I gave a reading to one of my good friends the other day and I didn't realize that she had paid me, you
Oh,
know.
that's
But
awesome.
yeah, so it's just like, oh, my friend needs a reading, you know. And then I
Yeah.
did another reading for another friend the other day, and she was like, "How much do you charge? How much would you charge for this?" And I was like, "Well, I'd charge like $50." But she makes the most gorgeous tie dyes,
Oh, okay.
and I was like, "You could just give me a tie dye," and she's like, "I'll give you more than a tie dye." So she's probably gonna hook me up, you know.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
trade's awesome. That's very cool.
yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
I'm
So,
always down for trades.
yeah, trading is, especially, if you both enjoy each other's product or, why not trade?
Yeah. And massages too. One of my good friends is a massage therapist and she lives next door. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we like to trade too.
Yeah. I mean, definitely. Being a massage therapist is very demanding physically. So it's like to get a massage afterwards for yourself must be, really nice.
It is. It's also like Reiki. I don't know. It also it energizes you. It's like an energy exchange. So
Yeah. Do you
it can get
prefer
tiring.
giving massages with Reiki? Do you
Oh, I
feel
always incorporate Reiki into massage. Yeah.
that's awesome?
Yeah.
I definitely feel a difference when I go to a massage therapist who does Reiki as well. Like, I feel such a
Yeah.
difference. I
You can
prefer
tell.
going to a massage therapist who does Reiki, whether they're aware of it or not. If they're a Reiki practitioner, you can just feel it. You can just feel
You
the
can
difference.
feel it.
And it's
Yeah,
amazing. It's amazing.
it is. Yeah, that energy flow, energy healing. And
So,
yeah, when I'm doing Reiki and massage, well, sometimes I'll ask people if I receive messages from your guides, are you open? Do you want to hear what comes up? Because oftentimes when I'm giving massages, because I've brought the Reiki into it, I'll get messages from their spirit guides or, things will come up and then I'll just mention those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, and usually people are pretty open to it, you know. They're like, "Oh, that sounds interesting. Okay."
That's so cool. I mean, it's good to always ask because you just never know. You could have somebody like, who isn't open to that. So that's really cool that you ask.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you get these burly rednecks, you know, like they're just like growers or something. They're like, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you even ask
But
them or do
no.
you just you're just like
Yeah, you
you're
kind of
seeing
like catch a vibe from people, whether they're, you know, would even be open to it or not.
Yeah, and just for clarification, Cait is in Northern California. So
Yeah.
where are you now?
Humboldt County.
Humboldt County.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's like weed county of the country. Like our whole economy is based on, it started out with all these like hippies, you know, growing weed and fishermen. The whole, yeah, it's really based on the marijuana industry. It's crazy.
Yeah. But that,
Have you
I
seen
mean,
Murder Mountain?
huh?
Have you seen Murder Mountain on
Uh-uh.
Netflix? Oh, okay.
Is that,
Yeah.
wait, I think you were telling me about that. That's like based on Humboldt County, right?
Yeah, it's actually like right, I mean, yeah, right where we are.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the one of the fellas that they interview on Murder Mountain is like a block up the street from me. He's an archaeologist, but they call him a historian on the show. And they interview him a bunch, and like Gabe knows a bunch of the people who were in it, and one of my good friends, they were going to interview him for it. Um and then like the opening scene from the show is just gorgeous, and that's and then there's a mill, and that's like right across the bridge from where I live. It's like
Oh, okay.
right here. Yeah. It's so pretty.
I'll have to check it out so I can see,
Yeah, right,
how
right.
beautiful it is where you live.
Yeah, it's pretty wild though. Like they talk about Alder Point, which is Murder Mountain, and it's like the wild wild west out there.
I
It's
bet.
crazy. Yeah,
You
a
get
lot of
all that
people go
money.
missing.
So
And,
I know you mentioned the last time we talked that you've had a few premonitions. Do you want to talk about those?
oh, I've had tons of premonitions. I guess the ones I was thinking about were dreams that I've had, or like when I've seen people who I didn't even know, and just like known something about them. Like I remember just when the girls were real little, or I think Evie was a baby, and we were in a Target, and this lady was like talking to her, and she was like, "Oh, your baby's so cute." But when she first approached us, the first thing I almost said to her was, "I'm so sorry for the loss of your daughter." You know, and I never met this woman before. She's like a perfect stranger. And then I had to like stop myself, like, "Oh, that's not something you say to a stranger who you've never met before, you know."
Yeah.
And then she told me about how her daughter had died.
Oh,
And
wow. She just offered that up to you?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. So your guides were letting you, I mean,
yeah,
letting
it's
you
just
know
one of those things, you know. And and then when I was in massage therapy school, one of the teachers at the school, I almost said to him, like, "Don't get in the car, like you're going to get killed in a car accident." But you don't just say that to like people. I didn't even know the man, you know, and
Yeah.
he got killed in a car accident.
He did?
And then I never, yeah, he did. And then I just always like had all this guilt, like I should have said something to him, you know?
But like you said, it's a fine line. It's hard. Like, especially, if it's someone it's different, but
Right.
how do you like, watching these shows with the mediums and they just walk up to people? First of all, it's so unethical. And second
Mhm.
of all, it's like, how, I mean, people are gonna either think you're crazy or like
Yeah.
dangerous or
Yeah.
just think you're like full of shit. So, you know what? Even if you probably
Right.
told him, who's to say he would have listened to you?
Yeah. Yeah. And then there were a couple really wild, well, a few, but a couple that I was thinking of in particular that happened when many, many years ago. Um, well, one was before I started my Reiki journey. It was before I met you. So I was like probably 21. And we were renting this big house from our friends in Heartland. And they were a couple. And the man and his buddy, one of his best friends, they owned like a used car dealership in North Heartland on Route 5.
Mhm.
And Enzio and I considered them friends. I mean, the owner of our house, he was a really nice guy. He was genuinely a friend. And they sold Volvos and Volkswagens, and we bought like all our used vehicles from them, got all our work done there. Brian was the mechanic, and they were really honest and they did good work. Well, Brian up and went missing one day when he had stopped and asked Enzio to go fishing with him at Sumner's Falls. You know where that is? A lot of people, it's in North Heartland. It's these falls off of there's crying and stuff going on in the background. Sorry for the distraction, but Brian was the mechanic and really nice guy. He had these like piercing blue eyes and always did great work on our cars. Right. He asked Enzio to go fishing one day. Enzio was like doing the tiling of the bathroom in our house. I guess that was like before we had moved into that house, come to think of it. Anyhow, Brian went fishing and he went missing at Sumner's Falls. And there's like a plaque there. A lot of people have drowned there. So there's like a whole memorial. And we were all just devastated, like, but I had this vision. I saw Brian, I knew Brian had faked his own death. And I had a vision. I saw him running through the woods with a backpack and all of like his worldly possessions. And like, I could see that he had like a fake birth certificate or like fake ID, like these things that you would need to go start over somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I told our friends, because we were all sitting around the dining room table just sad and thinking, gosh, this is terrible. Brian has died, he's drowned. And we were just all sad. And I told them I had this vision and they all just laughed. And Jeannie said, oh, I forget her husband's name. Oh, maybe, that her husband would do that, but never Brian. Well, years later, I don't know, a few years later, there's these roofers re-roofing my parents' house. And they were telling my parents about how this fellow down in Georgia had been arrested for the murder of his friend. So that was the other part of the story, that he had gone with his best friend, and his best friend had popped up in Bellows Falls. He hadn't gone alone. His friend had popped up. I'm sorry, I got distracted with all the noise, but he had disappeared.
Okay.
And
So
his
he and
friend
his friend
was
left. They
found.
went to Georgia.
He and his friend had gone fishing together,
Mm-hmm.
and I had the vision of him. His friend disappeared, I mean, they both, they found his friend dead in Bellows Falls.
Oh, so he murdered his friend and then
Yeah,
left.
right, right.
Did they find
And
out?
had faked his own death. And then they found him in Georgia and arrested him and extradited him back to Vermont, I guess.
Did they find out why he did it?
Yeah, because his his best friend was having an affair with his girlfriend.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that was one that just always stuck with me. That was like really crazy. Um and I didn't get confirmation about my vision from that until years later. Just,
Yeah.
Synchronistically, I guess. These roofers on at my parents' house just talking about it, and it was really strange. Um yeah. And then the other one was that when I went to take my second Reiki 1 class. So I just started my Reiki journey. This was like way back in the beginning. I had um stopped for coffee on my way to class at McDonald's. I went through the drive-through, but they didn't put like any cream and sugar in it. So then I stopped at the Cumberland Farms convenience store to just add, like sneak in and add a little cream and sugar.
Yeah.
And I had a really overwhelmingly powerful premonition that someone was about to be raped and murdered, and I could see the on the video camera. I knew that that was the last time that anyone would ever see. I was thinking that it was me, but then it was like, and I was totally freaked out. Like it was like this, so surreal. It just took over my whole body. Like I felt like I was the girl,
Hmm.
you know, and I like ran out to my car and locked my doors. It was like, and then I was like, okay, you're just having a panic attack, like calm down. And then a couple weeks later, a 12-year-old girl, that was the last time she had ever been seen on that same camera. And her uncle actually kidnapped her and raped and murdered her.
Oh my gosh.
And that
That's
was in
horrible.
Vermont. I don't know
Oh,
if you remember that or not.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's another conversation for another time, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, Vermont's not as safe as people think.
No.
And things happen all the time, and little girls and probably even little boys are trafficked. And, I know recently there was a principal who they discovered was trafficking his students. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. And so it's like everyone thinks like small towns are
mm,
safe, but it's almost like prime picking because people think they're safe. So when you feel
yep.
like you're safe, you put your guard down.
Yep.
Whereas, in the city, you're not safe.
Right.
But in small towns like that, people feel like they're safe,
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, not at all.
and it seems like there's danger everywhere. And, it's really sad. It's really disheartening that, that happens, and
Yeah.
that, as a parent, that's like terrifying. You can't ever really let your guard down.
No, you can't. And even, as a parent, I've learned like in therapy that it's an illusion that like, oh, I didn't keep my kids safe, because there's only so much you can do. You can't watch your children 24/7 of every single day. Like there's times,
Right.
you know, that you're not going to be able to protect them. And yeah, sometimes things are out of our hands. And
Yeah. And it's just sad and scary because I mean, you have to be able to allow your children to feel safe enough to like go and explore and have friends and be social, but to also be aware and mindful. Like,
Yeah,
it's a fine balancing act of, go be social, go make friends, but don't talk to strangers and be careful who you talk to and be aware of your surroundings
that
and
reminds me. I just read the Berenstein Bears, Don't Talk to Strangers
oh,
to the Girls the other night. I found it at the thrift store.
oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
the Berenstein Bears.
Well,
You
that's
know,
how
it's
we
saying
remember it,
now.
huh?
Yeah,
We remember Berenstein, and now it's
yeah,
Berenstain, which,
yeah. That really tripped me out when I read it on the like internet or Facebook or whatever. And I was like, wait a second, what? It's not
right?
Berenstein? It's always been Berenstein. And
It's
then,
always been Berenstein.
yeah,
Reading the books and watching the cartoons, it was always Berenstein. And
yeah,
now Berenstain. What a weird universe we're in right now.
it is strange. What timeline are we in?
Oh my God. Seriously. Ugh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
and Leo had a really cool experience with timelines and didn't you like save that girl or something? You called the police on that guy?
Oh,
You
yeah,
want to talk
that's
about that?
right. I had like, oh gosh. Yes. That was crazy. That was crazy. My son, well, now it's really interesting. He tells me he has a much better understanding of the timelines now. I mean, well, I don't know how great of an understanding, but he does skip timelines.
Hmm.
And so he had come from like an outer timeline and everything was weird and he was confused. And he kept saying all day, Mom, I've been having a deja vu all day long, right? And there was that man with the truck, and he was like following Leo and Roby because Leo had taken Roby out. We were in the Target parking lot. That's right. I had forgotten about that. And yeah, we actually called the police. Um,
Do you remember the story or not? Did you kind of like try to block it out?
yeah, it's like kind of like vague, but he had skipped timelines just for that purpose. And he said that that man did get arrested and caught because the police came and took all his information.
Hmm.
And then Leo said that if that hadn't happened, he said that because that happened in a couple weeks, they catch him like actually sex trafficking.
Hmm.
So that was one of Leo's visions. And then he understood why he had skipped timelines, and that all made sense to him after that.
Right.
I
I think I was
don't
on the
know how it all
phone.
works because he doesn't have control over when he skips.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I was on the phone with you when that happened, and you were like, this weird guy, he's just staring at us. He's just walking back and forth. And
Right.
like you were kind of freaking out. Like I remember talking to you and then
Yeah, he was staring at us. He was
yeah.
like watching my kids because I had come out like right shortly, just a few minutes after Leo and Roby, they had just come out to the car and he was like checking them out.
Creepy.
Super creepy. Yeah. So yeah, we're light workers here, just trying to keep people safe and spread love on the planet. And yeah, these stories, it's kind of a reminder like how much darkness there is. Like, wow, it's crazy.
It really is.
So we have important work to do here. We're here at such an important time, you know, the age of Aquarius. And
So, do you still have your chickens?
no, we don't.
Oh,
I know. We'd love
um,
to get chickens again.
but you
We
still
need a
have,
bigger house.
huh?
We need a bigger house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you still have, so, because you were talking earlier about you make like protection spells, and is that where you use the chicken feet?
Uh, oh, well, those were talismans.
Hmm.
And I was doing that when Sunny had chickens and turkeys. I was using the feet. Um, and I would dry them and do this like whole moon cycle. I'd do some on the new moon and some on the full moon, and pretty elaborate and a lot of fun and a lot, you know, just a lot of energy into them. Magical tools. But we've been doing a lot of, yeah, just spells, and we can do those made to order. If anyone, you know, needs any kind of spell, we can do that.
Do you have any nearby that you can show people?
Oh, the talismans?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I do. Oh, shoot. My
Do you have a
phone's.
set price for these?
Well, no, I don't. I've only made them as gifts. But
Cait, we need to work on your business sense.
I know. I know. Right? So here's one. Let's see here. Let's
Oh,
see the
there
background.
we go. Now we can see it.
This one is one of the turkeys.
Okay. Now, do you remember what you made that one for? What did you,
Um,
is it protection as well?
yeah, this one. Yep. This one was just for me, and definitely they're very protective. We want to get chickens again, and I'd like to start making talismans and wands. Yeah, just start our witchy store. It's definitely a goal.
So in your witchy store, you would have the talismans, your
Wands,
okay, wands, your
brooms,
what one?
brooms.
Oh, okay, you'd make rooms too.
Yep. Um, yeah, all kinds of things, you know? And our tarot decks.
Very cool.
But yeah, we're not up and running like that yet. I mean, I do readings, so if anyone ever wants a tarot reading or oracle reading, I have a lot of decks. I love doing readings, and people
Yeah,
are usually really happy with my readings.
that's awesome. Yeah, we always have fun giving each other
Such a
readings.
passion. I just love it.
Yeah, it's fun. I like how you do the like you don't use just one tarot deck. You do multiple tarot
Right.
decks, oracle, like you mix it up and
Yeah, I like that. I like to do that. I like to use a few different decks and pull cards or um, do a spread. You know, sometimes I like to just let the cards fly. I think I prefer that method than regimented spreads. I mean, everyone has their own style, but yeah, then I like to do clarifying cards
Mhm.
with from another deck, and then it really tells a story, you know,
Yeah.
and it gives me such a good idea of what's going on with that person. And people will tell me, I didn't even tell you anything what was going on with me, and you just nailed it. And that's always like so confidence boosting. It just like really boosts my morale and makes me really happy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I'm like on the spot and helping people. They're like, oh, okay, all right. Because there's always like a good message too, even if, you know, shit's fucky. Yeah.
Yep.
There's always light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, there is. There is. You just have to like keep going. Keep
Yeah.
going. Don't stop.
Giving up is not an option.
Exactly. Just keep
Yeah.
going.
Learn those lessons and take from it and yeah, get better and stronger and all those good things.
That is so cool. I want you guys to get your store up and running,
I know, so do I.
ASAP.
Yeah, I'm excited. And and the girls are excited too, so I feel really good about it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like arts and crafts. You get to be
I feel like
all,
I'm just like having like this new like wind from just having babies and toddlers for so long, you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of which, like just like more room to breathe as I have one knocking on my door.
Oh, I can't hear them knocking on your door.
Oh, it was soft. Just like
Oh,
tap, tap,
I
tap.
was gonna say I did not hear that.
And it's really cool because Leo's 16. And so I feel like I have a team member, you know, like a wingman, someone to really like we encourage each other. He's like, you got this, mom, you know,
Yeah,
we're doing this. You got this.
that's
So
awesome.
he's so cool. He's turning out to be such a cool young man.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I'm excited for the future and seeing my kids grow up.
That's
Such
good.
an awesome experience, you know? It's like the people that they are growing into and what interests them and
Yeah.
yeah.
Nerves of steel, Cait. Nerves of steel. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how I do either. Not with a lot of patience a lot of the time. But they're so cool. It's fun.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I'm glad you know that you have fun with your kids and you enjoy them and you know
Yeah.
you get
Yeah.
to play and be in touch with your inner child and
Oh
um
gosh, yeah. We just got a trampoline for the kids for Christmas.
oh
And we
fun.
just got it put up for like just in time for Evie's birthday. My neighbor helped me.
Oh
So
nice.
it's a lot of fun. We've been jumping on it every day. It's like our new family activity.
That is so much fun. I love
Great.
trampolines. That sounds awesome. I'll be right over, Cait, okay?
I know. Come on up. Come
Okay.
play.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun.
Miss you.
I know, I miss you too. And I haven't even met your two little ones yet, which is crazy.
Crazy.
I know.
Yeah. I want to come visit you.
You should. It's
I as soon as I can, I will.
very cool. So,
Yeah.
is there anything else you want to tell us or talk about?
Um, I don't know. I guess we're talking about like I guess I get a lot of my psychic intuition through my dreams.
Hmm.
Um and meditation. I mean, I don't always have to be asleep or meditating, but I read this amazing book called Conscious Dreaming by Robert Moss. It was phenomenal and it really changed my whole life and it made me realize, you know, that I can see so much through my dreams and understand so much. And I highly recommend that book to anyone who wants to, you know, be able to get in better touch with themselves and, you know, hear their dreams and follow their dreams and hear their spirit guides. That book, it like teaches you how.
That's cool.
So that, yeah. Um, Conscious Dreaming by Robert Moss. Have we talked about that before? Have I feel
We
like we,
have, I remember you reading that book way back in the day, and I'm not sure if I read it or not, but I know Robert Moss is like, he is the go-to person for dreams.
oh, he's so amazing. I'm trying to see if I can like I have
If
the
you
book here
if you have the
somewhere.
book.
Yeah. If I can just
Yeah, I'm not sure if you lent it to me back in the day and I read it because I remember the picture on the cover.
right.
Um, and I know Robert Moss is phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't have it right here. Otherwise I'd like hold it up. But yeah, I don't know his other books, but I should look into them.
I think I have on Amazon, he has kind of like if you have what's it called? Audibles.
Mm-hmm.
I got a book. I haven't listened to it. It's kind of like I don't think that's one of his books. It's more like a lecture.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Oh, it's called Dream Gates.
Oh, cool. On Audibles?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, my I don't think you can. Oh, there you go.
Cool. Nifty.
And I think they do have that book. What was the other one called?
Conscious Dreaming.
I don't think that's on Audibles.
Yeah, that book really it was a game changer for me. It definitely
Yeah, I don't see
helped
it on
me.
Audibles, but
Yeah.
yeah, you read that book a long time ago. You were reading that when we were doing Reiki.
I've given it as a gift a lot of times too.
Yeah.
Because I think that I just feel like it's such a helpful tool to be able to hear your guides um, get those premonitions and follow your heart and follow your dreams. And yeah, it just helped me so much.
It's good to have empowering tools to be able to, feel like you have control.
Yes. Yes. And we do, we have the choices, we have the control and the power, and it's still such a journey.
So
The
it's
journey.
on Kindle for $8.99 right now.
Oh, cool.
Conscious Dreaming.
Yes, there it is. It's a little blurry. Yeah,
There we go.
awesome. Heck yeah.
It's interesting. Speaking
Excellent, excellent book.
of
It's really
Crowley,
interesting too.
it's what?
Really interesting too.
So here's just a rundown of the chapters. Trust your feelings, first associations, reality check, dream reentry, dialogue with dream characters, tracking your dream self, symbol exploration, what part of me, dream enhancement, mini workshops, 9 keys to the turning stare, and then exploring dreams with partners, if it were my dream, rituals of dream sharing, forming a dream partnership. That's cool.
Hmm.
Conscious dreaming, awakened dreaming, exercise, fun in the twilight zone, dream journeys out of the body, stable locales in the dreamscape, uses of conscious dreaming, exercise, the tree gate, shamanic dreaming, and then we have dream callings, the shamanic gateway, exercise, journeying, and tracking inside the dreamscape, shape shifting, soul remembering, rituals of enactment and avoidance, putting your question to the world. And then we have part two, dreams of power, using dream radar, dreaming true, the case of the bishop's pig, tracking clear dreams, logging dream radar, dead ringers, meeting your future self, the flight not taken, choosing your future, dreams of the departed, the taboo subject, dialogues with the dead, a love stronger than death, lost souls, differing agendas, glimpses of life after life, making death your ally, dream guides and guardian angels, working with dream guides, masks of the messenger, journeying for guides, the archangel of dreams, screening spirit contacts of Garfield and guardian angels. We have dreams of healing, working with your dream doctor, body talk, soul talk, reclaiming lost energy, calling back lost soul, warnings of psychic attack, basics of psychic self-defense, the healing dream, dreams of fusion, shared dreams and healing. Wanda renegotiates her contract, and then the final chapter, the creative power of dreams, getting through school, dream rehearsals, creative incubation, writing your dreams, the way of the beginner. I think I need to reread this book.
Right? I was just thinking that.
Because I'm like you, like my dreams are very powerful, and I know that, they always have a message. I'm either traveling through different realities or different dimensions or um,
Yeah.
just seeing different things. So I feel like I need to reread that book. It's interesting to reread books in different aspects of your life.
Different
Like,
phases of your life.
yeah, you get different things out of it. It's interesting, when you're in your 20s, you might pick up something else. When you're in your 30s, something else. Or, it may not even have to do with age. It could just be how far along you are on your own journey.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Have you had Leo read that book yet?
No, but now man, we should read that together.
Maybe we should, like, the three of us should read the book and
Ah,
do the
would be
exercises
cool.
together.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
That would be fun.
He's always been able to lucid dream, which I think is just amazing because I've never been able to do that, only a couple times. Um, yeah, and
Have you seen that movie, Waking Life? Do you remember
no,
that movie?
uh-uh.
It's by the same director who did a Scanner Darkly or whatever.
Yep.
He did all those like their live action movies, and then they like have different artists draw over the actors and actresses. So
Oh,
it's called Waking Life, and it's all about dreams.
cool.
Like, is life a dream? And it's
Right.
all philosophical. It's all philosophical questions, and
Are we in a simulation? Is
yeah.
this like the collective consciousness dream?
Are we in or an organic metaverse?
Oh man.
I just rewatched that movie because I was like, oh, should I keep this DVD or should I get rid of it? And I rewatched it and I was like, oh no, I have to keep it. Like this is too good.
I'll have to watch it.
They even have who's that guy who got in trouble? He was like a truther. He was kind of like that shock like DJ.
Like Alex Jones?
It was Alex Jones. He's in the movie and he's like screaming on, yeah.
Oh man. Guy's such a nut.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, you have to eat that's, I think that's we should definitely all watch Waking Life and
Yeah,
read that book and then do the exercises together.
definitely.
So if
Yeah.
anyone watching wants to join us,
Yeah. Have like a conscious dreaming party.
yeah, we could like maybe I don't know how because I'm not on Facebook, but I know you're on Facebook.
I'm not
You're not?
well, not for a while. Not right now.
Oh wow. I'm
Yeah,
surprised. I know that like you were on Facebook big time for a while.
I know
Oh
it.
wow, no more Facebook for you either.
I do have my um divinatory readings with Caitlin on Facebook.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can check that out.
So people can message you through there.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
I'll link your email down below as well.
Yep.
Um, and then um, is there any
Yep.
other way they can contact you?
Yeah, my phone number or email.
Oh, okay, okay, I can
Contact me through Facebook and my page or Messenger. I've
okay.
just basically been on like the regular Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, but you're on Messenger under
Hmm.
can you say your
Yep.
Facebook handle again?
Yeah, it's Caitlin Bisson-Hoyt. Um Bisson-Hoyt is hyphenated.
Okay.
You can like put that underneath, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna put all of it underneath so
Yeah.
people don't have to be over here like trying to write it down.
Yeah.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Cait, so much for joining us today. And I hope, people contact you for an amazing Reiki and a massage session. It's
Yeah.
wonderful. Like, I highly recommend it. It's like the best thing you could do. Or a tarot and oracle reading, or once you get it going, your magical charms. So, thank you so much, Cait. This was a lot of fun.
I know it was so fun. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. It's really
And
cool.
you'll have to keep us posted when your website goes live, so we can do another
I
one and you can.
thing. I need to do that.
Yes, you do. Like get an Etsy page and a website. I mean,
Oh yeah.
like the websites aren't necessarily, you don't have to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Leo and I should work on that.
yeah,
Ju-
you and Leo could work on getting your website. Do you guys have a name picked out yet?
No. No, we
Okay.
gotta get to work here.
Maybe y'all will have to like consciously dream it and see.
Oh, right?
Yeah. See what comes through.
Yes. It's a great idea.
Very cool.
Love it.
Thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this video, please hit the like button down below and please subscribe. I will be uploading videos every Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Arizona time. Bye, guys.